wrote this book so many times in my head. When I was really young, just a little guy, I used to always kind of think about my life and my purpose and why I was here. So when I was little, I started thinking about things like, why am I here? And I used to think like the world just kind of unfolded as I walked around a corner, and the only things that really existed is what I could see, right? Over a few years, I started realizing, well, maybe that's a little self-serving. So I kind of discarded it for something a little bit more plausible. But over the years, high school, college, all those things, I constantly asked myself, what was I doing and why was I here? I think we all go through that, right? At some point in our lives, if not continually throughout our lives. Finally, when I was in my 20s, I really had to do some hard thinking. I graduated from college. I was living in Florida. I was qualified for any well-paying job, and my college degree made me overqualified for anything else. So I had to drop it off. I had to drop my college degree off of my application. I got a job loading trucks in the heat in Florida, making $6 an hour. I did that for about 6 months, and that's when I kind of took my life into my own hands. I'm in the back of this truck, I'm sweating away. I was like, you know what, if I keep doing the same thing I've always done, nothing's going to change. But the change is going to change a little bit. I need something drastic. So I sold everything I owned, and I moved to Colorado, which like a lot of people do. So I get out here, and I got a job, clean and squid, making $6.25 an hour, so things were looking up. I was pretty happy about that. Had a little one-bedroom apartment. I found a box spring by a dumpster, dragged that in. I sprayed it with Lysol on. And that was my first piece of furniture here. And in that time, when I was sitting there, laying there at night, and I come home, I was just happy. I was really in a great place. And I started pondering my life. I started reading a lot. I started meeting a lot of people, asking their opinions about things, and trying to understand my life in a better way. So I spent a few years really thinking it through, and I was like, if I were to boil it down to something very simple, most simple thing, what's my purpose? Why am I here? I'm alive, right? We're all alive. We got this energy within us that exists, right? That seems to go away when we're no longer in the state of being alive, right? And what's another common denominator for all of us? Time. Time is a stage that allows us all to exist, allows us all to be here. When you think about life, I took it down as lowest common denominator. A blade of grass, a dragonfly, people. It's not about consciousness. It's about that level of energy, that bit of energy that exists within all of us. So I had a mission roommate, and he left an iron sitting out on a counter one night. And I came walking by, and my arm, I saw it through the corner, my arm jerked away. And it had been many, many months I've been working on, what is it all about? Why am I here? And it was in that brief moment that it all came together. And I put it all down on paper. So I thought about what are some of the other common denominators where we all have experience. From a blade of grass, a dragonfly, or a tree, or a person. I experience life through that lens. Right? So that's a common thing as well. So I thought about the hot iron. And associating those two through an experience of touch, right, resulted in the understanding of pain. Understanding something new, a new bit of energy, right? So, is understanding life's energy for all things. The more information associated through a given experience, right, creates greater understanding. That's what I did while I was sitting on my box spring. Eventually got to this. If you actually have multiple experiences through your senses, right? As if I touched and saw a glowing hot iron, the bonds between the information become even greater, increasing that energy. Now, let's take into consideration time. So, where does time play in all this? Right? Why is time important? Well, this sounds great, but that phenomenon, as we get older, time seems to move faster. The reality of it is, it's not. Time is actually moving slower. So if you think about general relativity, and general relativity says time is relative to each of us. And in an area in space of mass or energy, time slows down. Gravity causes time to slow down. If we lived on Jupiter, we would age slower. Right? and you look here, right? So what's happening as we increase this energy within us, time is actually slowing down, but the clock on the wall continues to tick. We still revolve around the sun at the same speed, and it gives us that sensation of time is moving faster, when the reality of it is it's moving slower. So there is actually something there. That's what this book is about. I wrote this paper, and I entitled it, Understanding is the Energy Which Constitutes Life. Information and experience, through experience, equals understanding. That's life's energy. That's what it is. That's what this book is about. And that little equation down below there is the model builder for those graphics I just showed you. That's what that is. Now, it's kind of hard to go, hey, here, and read this. Read this paper. So what I decided to do was wrap the book around it. The book involves stories from my life and people I've met that have influenced me. Those connections that helped me along my way. And I'm going to bring up one right now. My brother, born with cerebral palsy. All proceeds tonight, as you guys know. Thank you so much for being here and buying books. It's all going to United Cerebral Palsy. Had a profound effect on me. If you notice, he's smiling and laughing, and he always was. Even in difficult times, he had so physically challenged, but he was always happy. And in case you guys were wondering, my mom used to cut her hair. Actually, for those of you who are in the right age range, that's called bust around. That's what I got. He got a better end of the deal, but he was always a lot older than me. And there he is. So, 44 years ago today, he was born. An amazing human being. Tremendous effect on my life. Made me realize we're all born to be happy, and we can make a connection. We never exchanged a conversation. We never spoke a word back and forth. We kept communicating with one another. And that's also why I wrote the book. It's because I feel obligated to all the people that I've been in my life, that have had an influence on me, that has changed me and helped shape who I am today. Right? All of us go through that. That's why I did it. There's also another, a little bit larger reason, and I've been working on this thing for quite some time. For those of you who know me well, you know I am an unbelievable optimist. I really am. I also like to think I'm very much a realist at the same time. I see a shift that's been taking place for many, many years, where we are now trying to take care of each other in a much better way. Worked for the government for a period of time and really saw it firsthand, and alongside the people that did that type of work. There's so much change going on, and we are the lucky ones. Everybody in this room right now, you flip on world news, we are the lucky ones to be standing here right now, right? So, I have this idea in my head, this thought that drives me, this purpose, and it's a holistic generation. That's what I'm seeing happen in this world, where we take care of each other. We talk about sustainability. We talk about a peaceful existence for everyone that is here today, and a peaceful existence for all life before it's even born, or even comes into this world. That's what this book is about. That's why I wrote it. And please, if you could just take a moment. Thank you so much for being here. And just take a moment to open it up and take a look at it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. There's a vision that someday, 100 years from now, people will be judged not by their quality of their life, not by what's in their pocket, but what's in their heart, and their thoughts and their mind. And 100 years from now, people are going to look back at us, this generation, and say, these are the guys that got it all figured out. So, thank you so much.